Mammograms.com. Let we discuss about the process disparity estimation on stereo mammograms. Let me see the abstract of the process disparity estimation on stereo mammograms. The problem of finding 2 points in a stereo image pair that corresponds to the same point in the 3D scene is called as correspondence problem. The distance between the two corresponding points when the two images are aligned one on the top of other is called as the disparity. The correspondence problem or the disparity estimation is used for visual computer vision more recurrently. The production of the stereo maps based on the combination of the different views of images were helpful in the identification of the registration of the images. Stereo image pairs were obtained from the datasets. The first image is chosen as the reference image. Initial estimate of the depth map is provided. The weightage value were obtained from the reference frames. The weightage values W1 and W2 were extracted by applying singularity index for the image. The singularity index is calculated by the average value of the first and the second order derivatives of the input images. The stereo model is then generated based on the calculated weightage and the disparity term. The new disparity term is identified based on the updation of the new terms, and it were calculated based on the updation of the new weightage functions in the terms. Finally, the performance of the process is measured in terms of the bad pixel error measure. The process extracts the more exact disparity map from the stereo images, which is due to the exact identification of the stereo model from the images. The process can be able to detect the location of impulse and edge singularities in the reference images of the stereo pair. The singularity index is used to de-emphasize smoothness and promote curvilinear structures in the disparity space. Let us see the flow diagram of the process. The stereo images were obtained as the input. The first and the second stereo images were taken. The first stereo image is considered as the reference images. The obtained from the stereo image 1 and the stereo image 2, the stereo model is generated. From the generated stereo model, weight calculation is obtained. The weightage calculation is then done. Based on the weightage calculation, the stereo model obtained is then updated. The updated stereo models were then combined in order to produce the disparity map. Finally, the performance of the process is measured used on bad pixel error measures. So, this is the overall process of the proposed methodologies. The stereo images were converted from the stereo images, the disparity maps were obtained, and finally the performance is measured. Let us see the running procedure of the process. If you want to run the code, select the file main no guy which is present in the source code folder. Right click it and click on run file. We will get the process executed. First select any one of the images which is present in the dataset. We have provided the stereo images for the images which is presented in the datasets. So these four were the normal images and these are all were the mammogram images that we have taken. So we can give any one of the images the input. So we give this image as the input and the process goes on. These are all the input images that we have selected. This is the stereo image 1 and this is the stereo image 2. Stereo image 1 is always considered as the reference images. Based on that, the disparity is estimated. As we can see, this image is taken in the right point of view and this image is taken in the left point of view, and hence some of the regions were missing in both of the images. So the disparity of this image is then estimated based on the calculation of the weightage value between these two images and updation of that particular weightage values in the images. So the stereo images obtained using these two images will be, this is the stereo images that we have obtained from these two images. This stereo images is obtained by the calculation of the weightage values between those stereo images and updation of those particular weightage values, and the differences in the images has been identified based on this stereo map and the disparity images. The performance of the process is measured by the bad pixel calculation. So this is the bad pixel error value that we have obtained. The bad pixel error measure depicts the differences between the obtained stereo image and the original ground truth stereo images, and based on the differences between those images, the bad pixel error measure is obtained. So this performance graph depicts the bad pixel error measure for different cases of the images. The obtained values has been plotted. Hence, we have calculated the disparity between the stereo images with the help of the weightage calculation and updation. Finally, the performance of the process is measured in terms of the bad pixel error measure, and the performance measured indicates that the proposed method estimates the disparity in a more accurate manner. Thank you.